This is so freaking cool. Wait until you hear this nutty trick I just taught my smart speaker. Alexa, play XXX 80s.
Okay, looking up locations for a new Kids on the Block support group.
Crank up the Rad 80s tunes Mullet Master.
Or if you dig trivia, Alexa, play XXX 80s.
XXX 80s, Brain Tickler.
Hey, 80s hot shot. Which movie featured Don't You Forget About Me? Yup, The Breakfast Club. Now, go shake your mullet.
You're totally awesome.
No, this isn't your boring, basic radio station Alexa skill that we all have running where you say, hey Alexa, play my station, and the stream just immediately starts. No. We are taking this to the next level. We are creating a mood. We are infusing our radio station's brand even before the first note of that song plays on your listener's smart speaker. I'm Jeff, the radio DJ dude, and coming up, yes, we are making your smart speaker do crazy circus tricks. I've got the how-to on the way.
We are on the air.
This is an incredible way to have your station stand out in a sea of noise, in a sea of mediocrity, and over 20,000 other radio stations available on everyone's smart speaker. This just positions you in a class above all the rest because your listeners aren't expecting this. They just are expecting to hear the tunes. But no, you are waking them up. You're perking them up with personality. You're setting the mood. You're communicating what your station is all about. Think about Disneyland. Before you even get into the Haunted Mansion, they set the scene. You walk into that scary, that creepy building. That's even before you put your butt in the seat and the ride begins. This is the same thing we're doing with this custom Alexa skill and really making our smart speaker experience pop with creativity. And by loading up some fun and unexpected little zingers before your stream starts, oh my goodness, you're able to deliver everything that I've been running my gums about since day one. Alexa, play XXX 80s.
Out of 10,000 stations, you choose that one. Really.
Here come the Rad 80s tunes, Don Johnson.
What you heard is not where I started. No, it all began with this experiment. Can I create an interactive 80s trivia experience for my listener? So I'm really putting them in the 80s mood before they even hear that first 80s song from XXX 80s.
Before we start the Rad tunes, here's some 80s trivia. Who sang Sweet Dreams are made of this?
Eurythmics. See, that's a big problem. If the user does not actually phrase the answer properly, like, is it Eurythmics? I think it's Eurythmics. The answer is Eurythmics. Then it just shuts down. Open XXX 80s trivia.
Before we start the Rad tunes, here's some 80s trivia. Which 80s artist sang Like a Virgin?
Is it Huey Lewis?
Good try. The correct answer was Madonna. Now, let's jam to the best 80s hits.
Yes, the problem was unless the listeners, phrase their answers in a specific way, it would create a lot of friction, there'd be errors, and it was a really horrible user experience. So I scrapped that. The main thing here, if you are moving forward with this custom Alexa skill, you have to, of course, like we always do, we say what is best for the listening experience. Sure, this does delay their expectation of what they're coming to you for in the first place, your great music. But once again, if you can keep it entertaining and delight with a surprising little audio clip, they'll sit through it. And they'll bookmark you as, oh, that's that fun, upbeat, creative station that does more than just give me tunes that I could get anywhere else. So you have to be mindful of the running time. You don't want these to go longer than 10 seconds, I don't think. The creative paths you can wander down are endless. Sure, you heard me do a trivia-focused bit. I did a fun, Alexa-style zinger. Let's say you want to promote your request line. Alexa, play XXX 80s.
What's your favorite 80s jam? Well, tell me about it at xxx80s.com.
Let the music play.
Get your requests in, and then challenge Tina in a counting to a moonwalk battle.
So right there, that's another way to promote a number of your offerings or features that you have on your station. Maybe it's a specialty show. Maybe it's a contest. Well, all that is possible. Now that you've sufficiently been whipped up into a frothy frenzy, how the heck do you pull this off? Okay, let's jump over and get this done. It's not easy, but it is doable and it's completely free. You're gonna need to set up 2 free accounts, both on Amazon, one with Alexa and another with Amazon's AWS. It's their cloud services division. And that is a little tricky, but I'll walk you through step by step. Granted, this isn't going to be a deep dive because that's too complex. There's too many moving parts. And if this is something that you really are leaning forward and shaking your head so much, you're going to need to see a chiropractor. Heck yeah, I want this. I get it. When I started sampling these results, it just lit me up because this is so cool. It's so different. And once again, no one's expecting it. And I have not heard this on a lot of other stations. So you are pushing yourself above the pack with something that is so creatively unique. And once again, that's another great way to differentiate yourself and to stand out. So let me know how serious you are. There's a link in the description. Head over there. Yes, I have some cool documentation. I do have a guide which will walk you through a DIY approach to try to get this done. But if you just find that is too dense and too much like a jungle journey fraught with peril, don't worry about it. If there's enough of you interested, I have a course I'll put together that not only, handholds you every step of the way, but I'll give you the files you need so you don't have to worry about compiling, difficult JavaScript and other complicated code that Amazon expects. All that will be pre-made for you, and all you do is you upload that to where it needs to go. So hit the link in the description. Let me know if you're a heck yeah. And I'd love to, walk with you on this journey and help get you set up. So first off, once you have your Amazon AWS account, the fun really begins over at Lambda. This is kind of a virtual server in the sky where it will run code for you without having to actually have a legitimate hosting account or servers. And so this is totally free. I'm on the free tier. So what does this actually look like when I say run code in the cloud? Well, you create a function, and here's my XXX80's Alexa skill that you heard. And when we dig in, you'll actually see the back end of this. And don't be scared, this is JavaScript code right here. And if you remember what you heard, one of these examples with the Breakfast Club, well, this is the code that made that happen. Where right here, the intro MP3 file, that was the XXX80's brain tickler opener. And then Alexa comes on and delivers her line. And then there's a little break time. This is the pause so people can think of the answer. Then she follows it up with the answer. Now go shake your mullet. And then we cue up our little outro where the announcer says, "You're totally awesome." And right after that, the stream immediately starts. But you see here, I have a lot of different cues. One, just is Alexa saying, "Okay, Mullet Master, pull on your MC Hammer pants and turn up your radio. Time for some rad tunes on XXX80s." This is awesome for customizability, for variety. You could load this up with whatever you want. And within this code, there is a random functionality where it just cycles through these different cues. Then after they're done playing, this is the code that launches my live stream on Live 365, who hosts XXX80s. So AWS Lambda runs your code, but I am actually storing my MP3 audio files in another one of Amazon's product. They're S3 buckets. So these are like a much beefier version of Google Drive. And you can use Google Drive. These are such small files that that's probably not going to be an issue. But like I was saying, the nice thing about having the code in the cloud, once Amazon approves your Alexa skill, you can make all the changes you want. You can come in here into the code every day and change those, speaking lines. You can change up the audio files without having to go through the entire approval process and resubmit your skill and have it verified, which takes a day or two. So you just come back over here to Lambda, change the code. You could put new words in Alexa's mouth. You can add new audio files, and you just hit deploy and boom, it is instantly available. That's AWS. Now jumping over to Alexa's developer console. And once again, this is totally free. So right now you see for XXX Radio, it's live. And we'll take a peek into what the back end of this skill looks like. It starts with an invocation. This is basically, the skill name when somebody, says, hey, play XXX 80s or play all yacht rock all the time, whatever your station's name is. And right here under intents, you could see I have 3 different sample utterances. This is what it's listening for. The other key data point is this skill ID and default region. This is actually the code that you're going to get from Lambda that you need to put in the function ARN. You copy this and you paste it in right here. I mean, this whole thing was a series of hurdles that I had to clear. It took hours. But once I got that right, then things started working. So make sure that the server you choose over at AWS matches what Amazon is expecting. Once you have your code loaded up in Lambda, everything's looking good, then you could test this out. Then you move to distribution, where it's just jumping through a bunch of hoops, entering in your station name, description, the example phrases, that's really important, and uploading some icons for your station. And eventually, you're just submitting this to Alexa. It takes about a day and a half. I got flagged and it kicked back because my invocation was wrong. So if we go to here, skill invocation name, see how I have XXX 80s? When I submitted this, I didn't have the period after X. And this even says, look at this. I didn't see this. But they treat that X as an abbreviation, so it needs a space and a period after each letter. They kicked this back to me, and I made that change, and then it was approved about a day later. And because I care too damn much about Sweet You, if you follow that link in the description, I have created a guide which will kind of walk you through all these steps. Now, this is huge. This is a major gotcha. This sunk my ship for hours. The MP3 formatting must be spot on perfect, or it just doesn't play back. And I think if we come up here, I could show you what they're looking for. And these are the exact specs. MP3 constant bit rate of 48 kbps, 24,000 hertz sample rate, mono or stereo, and no metadata. So if we jump over to Audacity, I could show you. We'll import the high quality MP3 that comes from Adobe Audition, where I produced these little fun liners. And you can see here with the sound effect, then my version of Alexa's voice.
80s music? I'm a smart speaker, not a cheesy speaker. And while I'm at it, should I order you some MC Hammer Pants?
I saved that to an MP3, brought it over to Audacity, but then I changed the sample rate to exactly what Amazon expects. And then I export it using MP3, a constant bit rate of 48. This is stereo. Save it as an MP3. Then I upload that to my Amazon S3 bucket. Like I said, you could probably get away using Google Drive or your own web host. It just has to be publicly accessible. That is key. If you are using Google Drive, just make your sharing settings allow access to anyone with the link. If you want your own custom guide, I had ChatGPT craft this prompt, and you just paste this prompt into any LLM, and you can give it more details based on your situation, and then it'll draft a step-by-step guide just for your situation. Now, there was, another gotcha, which took some more technical hoop jumping, but you have to create a set of code that Amazon is expecting. It's this Ask SDK core set of files, and you upload those to Lambda. But if you ask one of these AI bots to help you out, they definitely will. And look at that right there in all its glory, the XXX 80s Radio Alexa skill. It's free. Just say, Alexa, play XXX 80s. Then shake your mullet to the rad sounds. Custom reviews. People are loving it. Look at that. Oh, stellar. Well, you could be the first to love it, and then, I would love you.
Alexa, play XXX 80s.
Okay, Mullet Master. Pull on your MC Hammer Pants and turn up your radio. Time for some rad tunes on Triple X 80s.
So if this has lit you up and you can't wait to jump in, check out the link in the description. There's a guide to at least get you started on your journey. But if you need more and you really are serious about this, fill out that form. And if enough of you raise your hand, I'll put that workshop together. I'll get you the code and we'll immediately get you up and running in under, an hour. Because yes, it took me hours, half of a day to get this to work. But no, you can learn from all my mistakes and we'll put you on the fast path to smart speaker success. Oh my goodness, if you could say that fast 10 times, then maybe we'll give you this course for free. So anyway, I love that you are willing to try this out because, we're at the point now we really have to be thinking all the time about ways to innovate with creativity and just unique moments that surprise our listeners. I think this is one of them. Now, if you have some other ideas or if you, hit this from a totally new angle, I want to hear what you come up with. So hit me in the comments, send me an email, and of course, come on, at this point, what I really love is a like and subscribe from you. And I do thank you for that loving mouse click. Okay, that's enough for me. I'm going to keep telling the smart speaker to play Triple X 80s. I am Jeff, the radio DJ dude, and until our next radio rendezvous, you keep rocking those mics and smart speakers all over the world.